All right.
Have we started?
We have.
Okay. It's time for another video. We found time, so we're doing a short one. I know how much you guys prefer short ones because I tend to babble.
In the amount of time it will take for Marianne to go to the bathroom.
Right, the kids in there probably dropping a man-sized loaf. So we're making pasta sauce today. I pinched this recipe off of Bon Appetit magazine, so please don't hit me with a takedown order because I'm changing things. So 2 quarts of tomatoes with juice. We can these ourselves. Jesus, what a
I really packed that one. There you
That's
go.
what she said.
Okay.
We packed these in
These are just
September
the
of
regular.
2017.
Oh, yes.
And
These
they're holding. So 2 quarts of tomatoes with juice. All right. 1 onion, just cut into chunks. I'm using sweet onion. All right. At least a half dozen cloves of garlic. Just throw them in whole.
Assuming you have a, what is that thing we use?
A stick blender.
A stick blender. Yes.
I'm assuming you guys have an immersion blender, and I'll show you the one I got. I got it on Amazon for it was only like $30 or so. And I haven't blown it up yet. A whole stick of real butter.
Mm.
This, basil from the garden frozen with olive oil. If you don't have this, I don't know, a couple teaspoons of dried basil is fine probably. And then probably a tablespoon of olive oil on top of everything else. And then either an equivalent amount of dried oregano. This is oregano from our garden, so I'm going to throw a few stalks, not full stalks obviously, I don't want the branches in there, but we'll throw a couple of these in there so we can get some fresh leaves, and then we'll have the wife pan over here, so here you can just show what it's going to look like inside if you haven't already. I'm impressed, the kid didn't scream like a damned soul in the bathroom. She must not have dropped a loaf.
All right. Not while you're cooking. Come on.
I didn't drop a loaf while I was cooking. Relax. Okay, so that's probably enough of everything. Literally, we're not done. This is where I start to deviate from the recipe. I use a whole thing of, 6 ounces of tomato paste. It doesn't call for that much in the original recipe. I think it was only like a tablespoon or so. But we've just found...
Well, we like the sauce a little bit thicker.
Yeah, we want the sauce a little bit thicker, and I kind of like the, I don't know, whatever flavor it is, having that much tomato paste. Use less if you want, use more if you prefer. In the end, I really don't give a shit. You just do however you want. Do whatever makes you feel happiest. As the witches would say, as it harms none, do as you will. That's it. Put it on. Medium heat. We're going to bring this to a simmer, I think? Yeah. We're going to bring it to a simmer, and then once it hits a simmer, we're going to let it simmer for about 45 minutes. So through the magic of editing, we're going to check back in a little bit. We may show you in the process of simmering in the meantime. So we'll see you back here in about an hour. Okay. We've been simmering 45 minutes. I don't know. I was gauging against the bread here. I'll give you a quick preview. The daughter likes me to make bread that's colored. So we're doing that separately. So here we go. This is the stick blender I'm talking about. This is my unsolicited review. They didn't give me anything for doing this. Koios. Koios. It doesn't matter if you can see it or not.
Well, I got it.
Comes with the motor, the attachment for immersion blending. It's got like a little blender attachment, a whisk. I think it's like $30-35. It's super cheap, and it's performed just as well as the old Braun that I finally destroyed by trying to blend
Dates.
dates. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So here we go. So we just plunk this in. Run it however much you want. If you want a chunkier sauce, don't do quite so much. If you want, like we do, a thinner sauce, you just run it longer. Got to get that sweet spot in here where it starts drawing everything in. There we go. And I'm trying to keep it off the bottom because the only problem with these, it'll scuff the shit out of the enamel. I mean, it makes short work of it. There you go, got one little problematic bit of paste. All right, so there we go.
All right, say what you got to say.
Last
Battery's
step, because
died.
we're losing battery, we're going to check back in a little bit longer. Now what you do is you get it on the simmer, and you just let it simmer for another 45 minutes, and then we'll discuss options that you can do with the sauce, things you can add in right now if you wanted to. Browned Italian sausage, brown ground beef,
Bag of meatballs.
bag of meatballs. Which, did we want to do that?
Possibly, but
All right,
let's
we may
finish.
throw in a bag of meatballs, and we'll show you at the end what it looks like after we've added all ours in. But right now, this is your base sauce. Give it 45 minutes of simmer, and we'll discuss what to do with it after that. All right. As you can see, we have added some meatballs in there. We said other options you could do. My parents always used to put neck bones, like pork neck bones in there. You brown them up, throw them in. Brown some Italian sausage and throw it in there. Brown some ground beef and throw it in there. You can probably chop up olives, pepperoni, whatever, or do nothing. But that's it. There's nothing to it. We don't really add any extra salt to it since when we can the tomatoes, they've already got salt in it. So I feel like it's salty enough. If you really are desperate to, you could put probably a teaspoon or so in there extra. But there's no need to taste it because I know this sauce is the bomb. We'll do it for the sake of doing it. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
It's so good. So, but that's it. 2 quarts of tomatoes, a stick of butter, an onion,
Garlic.
some garlic, probably 6-8 garlic cloves, more or less, depending what you like.
Cube of basil.
Cube of basil, so add some basil, dry or fresh. Really, however much you like to taste. Some oregano, however much you like to taste. 45 minutes.
Tomato paste.
Tomato paste, 6-ounce can of tomato paste, thank you. 45 minutes on the simmer. Stick blend it until it's the consistency you want. Another 45 minutes or so to let it cook down. Then that's it. It freezes well. But there it is, all-purpose Sunday sauce, we call it, because we generally make it on Sunday and then use it for the rest of the week. Easy as can be. There it is, good time.